Hallo, herzlich willkommen zur 57. Folge von Suzerain. Ich habe das hier noch offen für Thumbnail. Heute haben wir a discussion on the changes to the law. Lucian and I sat in my office, waiting for Peter. I was at my desk, and he was on his sofa, legs crossed. Sir, I have some news for you. Mr. Hall and I have been working on several possible plans to boost the economy, as is our focus. He is currently compiling a very detailed report with suggested projects. I'll make sure you have a chance to see it soon. He looked at his watch again. Looks like Mr. Vice President is late yet another time. He lowered his voice. I'm slightly concerned about Peter. He seems to have his mind occupied. He's been late to almost every meeting we've had recently. I don't know what's wrong, but I also do not appreciate him being late all the time. Suddenly there was a knock at the door. It was Peter. He walked inside with files in both hands. Gentlemen? Welcome, Peter. Have a seat. Thank you. He placed the files on the table, took out several documents and organized them in front of me. Here is everything, just as you ask. Our plans for our next reforms. You can use your presidential decrees to enact reforms now. We have enough political capital. I also brought a list of suggested reforms from our party. What are your thoughts, Anton? I have a few ideas myself. Purge General Staff? Okay, die Übung können wir nicht machen. Wir können 3 hier nehmen. Boah. Gender Equality in Education definitiv. Kriegen wir jetzt sonst noch ein -2? Oh Gott. Amnesty of all Swedish-era political prisoners. The political persecutions of the post-Civil War era left thousands of prisoners waiting for their life sentence in prisons like Rock. A presidential pardon decrees for all political prisoners would see arbitrarily, mein Gott, persecute activists and thought leaders regain their freedom. Freedom of speech is protected in Scotland, but with the rise of new media... Ja gut, Media werden wir nichts machen. Wir können das Retirement Age nicht senken, weil es würde unserer Economy nicht gefallen, aber Rural Education Institutes ist, glaube ich, noch eine gute Idee. Yeah. Following a brief discussion, I took notes about my decisions. Privatization of the prison system is going to be very controversial, but this will surely lift a burden from the government. Danke. Interested to see how the oligarchs would react. Looks like either Miss Wurde or the First Lady had a huge influence on your other decision. It's about time we went after equal rights for the ladies, if only because all those women's marches are starting to get annoying. This will, however, anger a lot of conservatives, Let us not forget the fact that the biggest bulk of our voters aren't socially liberal. This is a risky move right before the elections. Half of the country is women, Lucian. Yes, but how many of them are actively involved with these demands for change? It is a mistake to make generalizations because of a vocal minority. But let's move on. It is the 20th century, and we still don't guarantee some basic rights for our women. This is unacceptable. I understand, sir. And the next decision is opening rural education institutes? The last person I've heard mention that was Arthur Whiskey. This is a dead topic you're reviving. Solists always protested the idea of educating villagers and farmers the same as urban workers. They claim it will lead millennialist ideas to surge in the countryside. They're not entirely wrong. It is difficult to determine how it will affect our votes, though. Rural voters are a very important base for us, and maybe this will help us win them over. Yeah. Well, we both respect your decisions, Anton. But now that everything's settled, I should get to work. We'll catch up later, soon. Lucian looked at his watch. We actually have 6 more minutes. But very well, let's call it there. Yeah, thank you both. Peter. Okay, wir haben hier die 2 Trade Deals, die kommen aber dann nächste und übernächste Folge. Lasst noch ein Like und ein Abo, wenn es euch gefallen hat. Schaut beim nächsten Mal wieder vorbei. Morgen 14 Uhr geht's weiter. Haut rein. Ciao.